Hi, and welcome to Rockin the Planet. I'm Shane. I'm so glad you could join me here to celebrate more of New Zealand's amazing wealth of musical talent. This week, my VIPs are a rapidly rising star. Just pipped at the post, he was recently overall runner-up at the 2016 Auckland Country Music Awards. Keith Pereira. Also joining us on the couch will be one of my favourite Kiwi country music stars who makes time to help many up-and-coming country music talents, Kylie Austin. So much to cram into the show this week. We've also got a visit from Mr. Craig Robertson, all the way from Thames. But meanwhile, let's just see who's been rocking the planet this week. I can't contain my excitement at finding out the brilliant news for concert goers. This year's annual musical event, known as the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival in Indio, California, has pulled out all the stops and is negotiating a spectacular lineup over the 3-day event. Just imagine the Rolling Stones, The Who, Bob Dylan, Neil Young, Paul McCartney and ex-Pink Floyd man Roger Waters all on the same bill. The festival will run over 3 days, October 7th, 8th and 9th of October at the 78-acre Empire Polo Field in Indio, California. It'll probably turn into another Woodstock, who knows? I'd love to be there though, I can assure you. And I'm sure you'd love to join me. Anyway, from Woodstock, let's talk to my first VIP guest this evening. And I'm so thrilled to have this guy here. He is an amazing talent, up-and-coming rising star, Mr. Keith Pereira.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to be here. Lovely to have you, Keith. Keith, now, no one has really heard of you, so I'm going to really get stuck in here and ask you where you're from, because you've just been overall runner-up in the Auckland Country Music Awards 2016.
Yep.
Fantastic feat, because I believe there was several hundred people get involved in this whole competition.
Yep. And
you get to runner-up overall winner. So tell me, how did you get into country music?
Well, before I moved to New Zealand, my family used to live in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi. Okay, so this is country music, and we're in Abu Dhabi. I don't see a lot of people in cowboy hats walking around Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, you'd be right.
So how did that happen?
Well, my uncle was a radio host on a country music station there.
Okay.
So me and my brother, we kind of grew up listening to country music on the radio, and so we had this really nice country environment.
And that's in Abu Dhabi? They've got a lot of country music happening there then?
Well, not at the time. I think it was mainly for foreigners.
Oh, yeah, like expats and people that are working there?
Yeah, for American and British expats.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So your ear picked this music up on the radio?
Yeah, that was all I listened to.
And your uncle obviously brought a lot of records home, or music?
Yeah. So he had, back then it was all in CDs. So we got a copy of all the CDs that he had, the newest stuff on the country music scene at the time.
Yeah. So
like the Bellamy Brothers and
you Jackson. Started playing guitar in Abu Dhabi as well?
Oh no, that was when after I moved to New Zealand. My dad taught me the guitar, and
So Dad was a guitarist, a musical family?
Yeah, musical family.
Brilliant stuff. So, and he was a country style music?
Yeah, he loves country music. Yeah, he's my inspiration in a way in country music.
I'm so inquisitive about this country music coming from Abu Dhabi. It's most bizarre thing I could think of, you know. I mean, you weren't born there, of course.
I was born there.
You were born in Abu Dhabi?
Yeah.
Okay, but your family emigrated there from somewhere else?
India.
From India?
Yeah.
Okay, now it's clarifying.
Okay.
The mist is clearing. Okay, and then you emigrated to New Zealand?
Yeah.
What year was that?
2003.
2003.
It's about 13 years ago.
Yeah. And can I ask your age? You don't mind telling people your age?
Oh, I'm 23.
23 years old. God, you're a young-looking 23.
I just shaved.
You just started shaving. No, you look like, I mean, honestly, you look 16. I mean, you know, you've got a great life ahead of you. You're going to be a young-looking dude, and you need that in country music. You're a hunk, okay? Okay, so country music's your passion.
Yeah.
And when you got here, obviously you're studying in your school. You don't have a proper job at the moment?
No, I'm a student at the moment. I'm doing my master's in biomedical engineering. Medical engineering.
Medical engineering. That sounds incredibly complicated.
I think it's hard to say.
But it's a complicated job. I mean, I wouldn't want to deprive. You wouldn't take up country music and deprive the world of an engineer.
Well, that's the dream.
It is the dream, yeah, and I hope you do follow it. But tell me about this. Have you got long to go as far as your studies go?
Well, I've got 2 months to finish off my masters. So.
So any day now, we're going to have a new medical engineer out there.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
I think so, yeah. You look pretty studious to me. But as long as you don't throw too much time away on that guitar, you've got to get your exams, so you make sure you do.
Yeah.
Are your family in medicine as well?
No,
your father?
Okay, he's an accountant.
He's an accountant,
Yeah.
okay.
So the music is a part-time thing at home, you know?
Yeah.
It's a hobby.
So you jam at home? Your
Yeah,
family?
yeah, a lot of the time, yeah.
Yeah. Whereabouts are you living? Yeah, I'm just
In
curious.
Blockhouse Bay.
Blockhouse Bay? Oh,
Yeah.
you're one of my neighbours.
Oh, cool.
I was on a train today coming in. I catch public transport to come into the city because I got too many tickets parking outside the TV.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's a nightmare. So I'm using, now I think I was on the train. I got a vibe that you were on the train today, coming into town when I was on the train in the same carriage. You had a guitar on your back?
No.
Must be another guy.
I was home all day today.
You home all day. Honestly, I got in here about 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't you?
No, it wasn't me.
Wow. Okay. It's just there's another guy out there from Abu Dhabi with a guitar on his back. Okay. Now, your passion's music still, and you're hoping to follow a career in it, which is pretty tough in New Zealand. But you will know
the
that.
country music scene.
I think the country music's the healthiest scene there is in New Zealand music. It's got, and everyone's a family. They all stick together.
Yeah, yeah. I noticed that at the awards.
And they all back up each other and help each other, you know. And
Yeah.
I think it's an incredible vibe they've got going, and I can see it creating some great music for New Zealand. So, now you're writing songs.
Yeah, but it's still in my book, in my little scrapbook. I've not recorded any yet.
No, but you're looking at recording. You will do once you get these exams out of the way. Then you can sit back for a little while and see if you can make it in the music scene.
Yeah.
I really think you will. And after everyone has listened to the song you're going to play us, they're going to admit, and they're going to agree that you are absolutely amazing and you deserve a career, a great career in the music business.
Thank you.
So would you play me a song right now?
Sure thing.
Okay, and the song's going to be?
It's If Tomorrow Never Comes by Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks. It's his version, and another guy recorded it.
He was the original writer of the song.
He wrote
Keating
the song.
Covered it.
I never knew that. I always imagined that Ronan Keating, why, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he led us to believe that he wrote it. But
Yeah.
so it's a Garth Brooks song.
Yep.
And here he is, Keith Pereira, with a beautiful song, If Tomorrow Never Comes.
Sometimes late at night, I'll lie awake and watch her sleeping. She's lost in peaceful dreams, so I turn out the light and lay there in the dark. And a thought crosses my mind: if I never wake up in the morning, would she ever doubt the way I feel about her in my heart? 'Cause if tomorrow never comes, will she know how much I loved her? Did I try in every way to show her every day that she's my only one? And if my time on earth were through, she must face this world without me. Is the love I gave her in the past gonna be enough to last if tomorrow never comes? 'Cause I've lost loved ones in my life who never knew how much I loved them. Now I live with the regret that my true feelings for them never were revealed. So I made a promise to myself to say each day how much she means to me. and avoid that circumstance where there's no second chance to tell her how I feel. 'Cause if tomorrow never comes, will she know how much I loved her? Did I try in every way to show her every day that she's my only one? And if my time on earth were through, she must face this world without me. Is the love I gave her in the past gonna be enough to last if tomorrow never comes? So tell that someone that you love just what you're thinking of if tomorrow never comes.
What a beautiful song. What a beautiful song, and you do it magnificently. Now, if it comes to push and shove as to which job you're going to pursue in your future, would it be a musical career, or would it be the one of being a medical, engineer, bioengineer?
If the musical opportunity comes calling, I'll drop everything.
You would drop everything. You'd go. If someone said heading for Nashville, you'd do it.
Absolutely.
I mean, you haven't got a bad job to fall back on, have you?
Yeah.
Now, working at university and everything, you're surrounded by other students. Musically, is there a trend? Is there any people there that you know that tend to love country music like yourself? Are you surrounded by?
No.
Is it all rap or hip hop?
I guess it's more of the current music. What's on the radio.
But there's a lot of fantastic country music coming out these days. It
gets
gets out there and it gets down. It's raunchy.
I think it's becoming like very, very slowly. It's people my age are starting to
picking up
listen
on
to it. Yeah.
And I want to take this chance of just wishing you all the best in your future. And hopefully I'll see you come back here to the Rockin The Planet studio sometime in the near future with a gold record under your arm. Not a prosthetic hip or anything in your hand, all right?
The dream.
It'd be lovely to have you. Thanks, Keith. It's been a real pleasure having you here, mate. Welcome back to Rockin The Planet. Here we are again. And thank you, Keith. And I've just got my next VIP guest sitting here looking absolutely glamorous. I can't wait another second to say hi.
Hi, Shane.
Austin, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Great to have you back here at Rockin The Planet with Shane.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be here.
It really is. And I'm going to ask you what you've been up to. I know that you've been very busy just lately with the Country Music Awards. Now, you've been putting a bit more back into the business that you're doing so well at.
Yeah, definitely. I've been the convener of the Auckland Awards for this year. It's the third time I've done it. And it was amazing. Had a great time. Really successful weekend.
Now, the Auckland Country Music Awards, how many years has that been running? Many years?
It's been running 35 years.
Oh, 35 years, so it's well established.
Yeah, it is indeed.
And of course, Keith did so well at them, and it was great to have him here and see all that new talent. I mean, how many contestants or people did you have actually up there trying to earn an award?
Overall, we had 196 contestants, including 19 songwriters, and we were 50 entries up on last year, which is absolutely massive increase in numbers.
Which shows you how popular country music is coming here in New Zealand.
Yeah, that's right. And we had a great contingent from the South Island as well, which was fabulous to have their support too.
Now, what have you been up to yourself? Now, you're looking at going on another overseas trip?
Yep, that's correct. Heading back to the Norfolk Island Country Music Festival. I take a tour every year. And this year I'm comparing the New Zealand Showcase, and that's really exciting, and doing a few other shows during the week as well.
And this has been running, you've been doing this for 8 years?
Yeah, this will be my 8th trip.
8th trip. Yeah. And now anyone can go on this trip, just so we can give it a plug, I mean.
Yeah, definitely, anybody is welcome. You can find information on my Facebook page, my music page, which
Kylie
is...
Austin, Facebook?
Yeah, Kylie Austin Music, and you can find everything there.
And all the details, and the whole trip is what, 2 weeks or something?
It's 7 days.
7 days at 1 week. It's funny, Norfolk Island has become a centre place for all the country music people to meet, artists and fans. What's made it that? I mean, why?
It started off with a lady by the name of Tracy Marie Huia in New Zealand and Kim Davies, who is based in Norfolk Island, and they got together and decided to start this festival. And it started off as just a music festival for the first year, and then the next year they added in the Trans-Tasman Entertainer of the Year, and that's where 5 Kiwis and 5 Australians compete for the title.
And this all started, you know, 30...
Yeah, 25
years ago.
Yeah.
And they just did a little hobby thing, and suddenly it's just blossomed into this huge event now.
It's huge.
I mean, how many people do they get there?
We have 2 flights go from Auckland, and then there's a flight from Brisbane and 2 flights from Sydney.
So you're doing so well in the country music scene, and I'm just curious where it all started for you. How long have you been in the country music business?
Started at the Eastern Districts Country Music Club. Started singing when I was about 3 or 4, like, you know, pretty much as soon as I could walk and talk, I was on the stage. Started tap dancing when I was 4, and then moved into the singing, and that kind of took over.
Dad's in music?
Not really.
No?
No, no.
But what I find about country musicians is they've got a strong family life around them, a lot of them, and it's a family thing. It's not just, you don't just suddenly go, I'm going to be a country music singer and go off on your own. Like I left home at 16 and became a rock musician. That's what I wanted to be. It's different in the country music. It tends to be where the family all go together. Mum, dad, kids, everyone is all part of the festival.
It's very much family orientated, which is great. You know, it gives younger kids an opportunity to get on stage and perform as well. They don't always have the opportunities at school with like Smoke-Free Rock Quest and everything, which is more designed for that market. There really isn't anything for country music. Yeah,
well, I was going to ask you about that, because your peers at school and so on, they would all, they'd all be listening to different types of music. No peer pressure from you to go to country music? You didn't feel like you wanted to...
No, I was really, really lucky with my group of friends, and they were all really supportive and are still really supportive, and sometimes come to gigs and everything, which is really, really lucky and unheard of, because, you know, there's always that drive to move to other genres, but I've always been dead set on country.
You didn't want to be a pop singer out there or doing that sort of thing?
No, and I think anything that I sing sounds country as well. So, you know, I can sing a pop song and everybody will be like, oh, I didn't know that was a country song. Just have that.
You turned it into your own.
Yeah, some form of twang in my voice.
I was going to say, the twang's the fang. All right, you remember that.
Yeah.
Have you been over to the States at all?
Not recently. When I was a lot younger.
Yeah. To work or perform.
Just they were just holidays, but I would love to go there and perform. That's, you know,
so that's
ultimate goal.
A little
bucket list
on the list. Yeah. Nashville, here I come.
Yes, definitely.
Well, I look forward to seeing you there.
Yeah, thanks. I look forward to getting on that flight.
Well, it won't be Nashville, but tonight here in Auckland, we're going to get a performance from you. And I know it's a beautiful song. It's a crazy song. I can only say it's just what you've been doing all your life, following your arrow. It's called Follow Your Arrow.
If you save yourself a marriage, you're a bore. If you don't save yourself a marriage, you're a horrible person. If you don't have a drink, then you're a prude. But they'll call you a drunk as soon as you down the first one. If you can't lose the weight, then you're just fat. But if you lose too much, then you're on crack. You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. So you might as well just do whatever you want. Make lots of noise, kiss lots of boys, or kiss lots of girls if that's something you're into. When the straight and narrow gets a little too straight, roll up a joint, or don't, and follow your arrow wherever it points. Yeah, follow your arrow wherever it points. If you don't go to church, you'll go to hell. If you're the first one in the front row, you're a self-righteous son of a can't win for losing. You'll just disappoint him just cause you can't beat him. Don't mean you should join him. Make lots of noise, joint, or don't, and follow your arrow wherever it points. Yeah, follow your arrow wherever it points. Say what you think, love who you love, 'cause you just get so many trips round the sun. Yeah, you only live once. So make lots of noise, kiss lots of boys, or kiss lots of girls if that's something you're into. When the straight and narrow gets a little too straight, roll up a joint, I would, and follow your arrow wherever it points. Yeah, follow your arrow wherever it points.
Follow Your Arrow. What a fantastic song. That is an amazing song.
It is.
Lyrically, it's just stunning. If I'd written that, I'd retire. It's just so clever.
Yeah, fantastic song. Casey Musgraves did a great song there. I love it.
That's the lady that wrote it,
That's
Casey
correct.
Musgrave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant song. Well, you've done from brilliant songs. Now, I must say, you do have the most brilliant shoes I've seen of any performer in New Zealand. This lady has become renowned for her collection of shoes.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to show us that shoe you're wearing this
These are
evening?
pretty plain
Can we
shoes.
see that? Cinderella. There you go. Look at that shoe. It's amazing. Wouldn't look good on me. No. And your
Thanks.
nails are so nice. There you go. Can I help you? Cinderella, will you come to the ball tonight? I can't get it back on. But she does have amazing shoes.
Yeah.
And you know, you become quite special about it. Everyone says, check the shoes out,
Yeah.
check the shoes out.
I think I have the most photographed feet in the music industry in New Zealand.
So you can look after those feet.
That's right.
All right, well, look, it's been such a pleasure having you here with us again.
Oh,
in
look,
Rockin'
thank
the
you so
Planet.
much for the opportunity.
And before I go now, I usually have a clip of the week, a Kiwi clip of the week, and we chat about it and play it. But this week, we haven't got the time, and we had a young man called Craig Robinson. I call him a young man, but he's our cobbler. Anyway, we love Craig, and he's just written a fantastic song about the Anzacs, and we just celebrated Anzac Day just recently. And I thought, well, we'll go and look at this song because he's talking with another perspective. He's looking at Anzac Day. Once it's over, we have another 364 days in the year. No one gives a thought to all our armed forces out there working so hard around the world to protect us.
Take a look at the people pushed to the front yesterday. Remember you said you were proud of all they gave away, and try to recall how you stood with a tear in your eye, while all around you people tried hard not to cry. Remember the flowers laid on the pillars of stone, in memory of those who gave lives for those of our own. And before you speak out your thoughts on the horrors of war, your right to be heard was what these people went and fought for. When the flowers have withered and everyone's parted for home, and once again all of our heroes are standing alone, when our tears stop falling once more, theirs will go on. When we start the days after Anzac, for them it will never be gone. to remember each day about those who stepped forward for us and then went away. Let those who come home know our pride, and we're glad they came back. Not just on one day, through all the days after Anzac. When the flowers have withered and everyone's parted for home, and once again all of our heroes are standing alone. When our tears stop falling once more, theirs will go on. So when we start the days after Anzac, for them it will never be gone. Days after Anzac never be gone. Days after Anzac will never be gone. The days after Anzac will never be gone. Never be gone. Lest we forget.
But there you go, those other 364 days of the Anzac year are so important. Give them a thought every day. Those guys are out there working so hard for us. Peace and love. I want to thank Keith, and I want to say thank you to Kylie for coming along again tonight.
Oh, thanks for having us.
I wish you all the best with Norfolk Island. I'm envious. I'd love to come along and squeeze into that suitcase of yours, and could you not take me?
Oh, I could try.
Yeah. Oh, I might be in with a chance here. If I'm missing next week, you know where I've gone. I'm on Norfolk Island in a suitcase. Anyway, thanks again.
No worries, thanks for having us.
Yeah. Thank you, viewers, for joining me here on Rockin the Planet this week. I'm Shane. I'll see you same time, same place next week. Until then, you just keep on rockin'.